David, welcome to Questioning the Manager. So we're about 8 weeks since the surprising result of the EU referendum. Initially, we saw a bit of a divergence between small and mid caps and large caps. So where are UK markets now?
Well, markets have generally continued to be strong. As you mentioned, initially it was the large multinational companies, benefited from sterling weakness, being big dollar earners, leading the market. I think more recently what you've seen is a bit of a recovery in those more domestic and financial orientated stocks. And I think they've really been helped by what has been quite a good period for company results, but also the news about the Bank of England cutting interest rates for the first time in about 7 years to 0.25% and extending the quantitative easing programme that they've delivered in the past.
So how did the trust perform in this environment?
Well, the actual NAV has been quite strong. I think we have benefited from owning the likes of those big defensive companies, the likes of Diageo, pharmaceutical companies such as AstraZeneca and British American Tobacco, another consumer staple there. What I would say is the NAV has probably lagged behind what has been a very strong return from the benchmark. And I think where we have owned some of those more domestic, more financial companies, Galliford Try, Legal & General, etc., which have been poor performance since the EU referendum result, has slightly pulled back and dragged on that performance relative to the benchmark.
So has there been any activity in the portfolio, any buys and sales?
Well, certainly in the direct aftermath of the Brexit, we kind of used share price weakness as an opportunity. We looked across our portfolio, saw where we thought the share price reaction was overdone, and added to those companies where we have, I think, good confidence in the dividend sustainability into the longer term. The likes of Persimmon, the house builder, the likes of ITV, the likes of Next, the retailer. These are good quality companies with good strong balance sheets and free cash flows. So using that share price weakness really is an opportunity to increase our holdings to those companies.
Okay, finally, let's look a little bit into the crystal ball. Are you dreary? Do you think there's going to be a recession, or how do you feel it's going to play out?
I think the outlook is summed up by one word: it's uncertain. We have to go through a process where we negotiate UK's exit from the EU. What does that mean for future trade agreements? Do we still get access to the single market? These are the unknowns that we need to find out going forward, and that has implications for consumer confidence, for business confidence. Does it curtail investment? Does it curtail spending? So that means the outlook for the economy is pretty uncertain. What I would say though, there are positives out there. The Bank of England, the government, they're going to be supportive for growth. The UK banking system has been recapitalised, and generally corporate balance sheets are in a healthy position. I think what we always want to be for a portfolio is diverse, especially in these times of uncertainty. So well diversified, owning some of those defensive names, but also blending that with some of those well-financed, good quality, cyclical companies which can sustain their dividend and maybe grow it into the medium term, irrespective of where economic growth comes out. And I think that really gives me the confidence in the dividend income paying ability of the trust.
David Smith, thank you.
Thank you.